Golden Arch. The Golden Arch, Tonya Caldwell.
Okay, by the show of hands, how many of you have ever experienced being with children, traveling, and they would always want to stop and use the restroom? By show of hands. Now, how many of you wouldn't show me your hands even if I asked you any type of question? I have grandchildren, and I'm not just going to talk about my grandchildren, but I'm going to talk about all children. I have grandchildren, I have nieces, I have nephews, my cousins, they have children, my neighbors, they have children. And for some reason, all of the children love me. They call me Miss Tony. My grandchildren call me Nunu. And the other children, they all call me Auntie. But now I realize why they do. Whenever they would get in my car, I would always end up stopping somewhere. And for some reason, I realized it was McDonald's, the Golden Arch. I thought about it one day. And I also realized that I've stopped at McDonald's in every state, going from Georgia to Chicago. I've visited them all. Bathrooms look the same. The menu is the same. I love McDonald's, and so do the children. Sometimes I get in the car with my grandchildren, and we're riding and everything, and I'm listening to music, and I hear my granddaughter, who's 4. She says, Nunu? And I said, yes. She said, I have to go. Go where? I have to go to the bathroom. And I said, well, just wait a minute. Just wait a minute. She said, but I can't wait. I have to go now. And I said, okay. I look up, and guess what I see? I see the big arch. That's McDonald's. And perfect place to go. My nephew, he's in the car with me sometimes, and I'm driving. Randomly, he says, Auntie, and I said, yes. And he says, I need to really use the bathroom. And I said, are you sure? He said, yes, Auntie, I'm serious. I look up, and guess what I see? I see the big arch. And I said, okay, perfect. But then I also noticed that whenever I would pull into the parking lot of McDonald's, the little girls, they would get out skipping like this. Well, you know what? I really can't skip no more. You know, the little girls get out skipping. And then the little boys, they'll get out skipping like this. But now I'm thinking, but you have to use the bathroom. But you're so smooth. So we walk through the door. And as soon as we get in, they scatter. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Come back. I thought you had to go to the restroom. You know, kids are smart these days. You know, they know how to really read. As we're on the expressway, we're riding, they're looking at the signs. The sign says, a big gold imp. That's all it says. But they know, because they're very, very smart these days. But I'm going to tell you a personal story. Personal story. So one Saturday morning, I woke up, and my daughter asked me to drive my grandchildren to their dad's home. I said, okay. Real simple. I can take them there, and I can go and do what I need to do. So I get them ready. But this time I said, you know what? I'm going to be smarter than they are. I'm going to give them juice. I'm going to give them breakfast. I'm going to take them to the restroom before we leave. Because today will not be a McDonald's day today. Get them ready. We get in the car. So we're driving. My granddaughter, Nunu, she's 4, she's something else. I call her Nunu, she calls me Nunu. We get in the car, she says, Nunu. And I said, yes, Nunu. She says, how long is the trip? And I said, not long enough for us to go to McDonald's. Not long enough for us to go to McDonald's. So then I hear my grandson whispering in her ear, well, just tell him not to go. And then she said, Nunu. And I said, yes. She said, but I have to go. I said, oh, no, you don't, because I took you before we left. You see, I was smarter than they was this time. So I dropped them off at their dad's, and I get in the car, and I said, okay, I'm going to have a wonderful day Saturday. No grandchildren, no nieces, no nephews. Turn on 285, and I'm rolling. I'm driving. You know, listening to music. I'm clapping. I'm snapping. And then all of a sudden, I feel something in my stomach. Oh, I look around. I felt a bubble. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I feel a bubble in my stomach, it's a problem. That means I have to go. And I have to go real fast and real bad. So I'm driving on 85 and 285, and the bubble begins to get bigger. And I feel like it's getting ready to burst. Now, you know how traffic is on 285. It's slow and go. And every time it stops, I feel the bubble. Boy, when it go, I said, okay, I'm making it. I'm making it. The phone rings. I couldn't talk on the phone because this bubble would allow me to do nothing else but get there. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. So suddenly I look up, and guess what I see? I see the big arch. See the big arch. I pull off. I turn into McDonald's. I jump out the car. I forgot I left the keys, left my purse. The door got locked. I went back in to the car, and I got my keys. I locked the door. You know, I locked the door, got my purse, ran into McDonald's, and guess what I see? A line. So all of a sudden, I got in the line, and I'm still waiting. Oh, and the bubble is getting bigger and bigger, and I know it's getting ready to burst. And all of a sudden, I walk up to the counter. Walks up to the counter, and the young lady says, hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please? I realized that the children, they had a valid point. When you're riding and when you see the big arch, it seems like you have to go because it seems like there's a bubble in your stomach, but you're really getting hungry for the fries and for the Big Mac. But then I also realized that I use McDonald's as a place where I can go with the children. They can eat, they can play, and we can talk. On your way home, watch and see how many big arch signs that you will see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.